Can any of you think of one meal that instantly brings you down memory lane and makes you think of the good old days? For me, tri-tip makes me think of the rodeo, high school football games, and fun at the lake with family and friends. Maybe after this video, you can prepare this meal for you and your loved ones to make memories as well. Hi, my name is Rebecca Interante, and today I'm going to show you how to prepare and cook a tri-tip over a charcoal grill. First, let's go over the ingredients, utensils, and supplies needed. So you're obviously going to need one tri-tip, usually ranging around 3 pounds, and you can get this from your supermarket or local butcher. Tri-tip is a triangular cut of beef coming from the sirloin with 3 tips, hence the name tri-tip. Okay, now let's go over the utensils and supplies needed. So you're going to need a pair of metal tongs. You're going to need a charcoal grill, a bag of charcoal, lighter fluid, a lighter of some sort, a large sharp knife, and for my personal favorite, and I advise you to use this as you're starting to barbecue, a meat thermometer. Now that we know all of the ingredients and supplies needed, let's go over how to prepare the grill. So we're gonna come over to our grill here. I use just a normal standard Weber grill. We're gonna set the lid aside and we're going to set this aside. Okay. So now we're going to grab our large bag of charcoal here and we're gonna pour a large heap onto only 1/2 of the grill. And don't be afraid, just be generous. Okay. Now that we have this large heap, we can sort of adjust it and bundle it up. So now it's taking only 1/2 of the grill. So next, we're going to douse the charcoal in lighter fluid. And I do use a lot of lighter fluid. So we're going to coat it, make it look like it's basically soaking wet with lighter fluid. Okay. Now we're going to set our metal back on top and we're going to take our lighter and we're going to light our charcoal. Make sure you're careful when you're lighting. And oftentimes you might want to do an extra spray of lighter fluid just to get it going. Perfect. Okay. So now that we've set up our mound of charcoal, what you want to do is you're going to wait for the entire mound to turn a white gray color. So it's going to go from this black that you saw to the whitish gray. Every single charcoal is going to look like that before you place the meat on the grill. So you're gonna leave it uncovered and let the oxygen get into the fire and let it burn until it's ready. Okay, so now I want to show you how to prepare the meat. So it's strongly recommended that you bring your meat to a room temperature before you place it on the grill. So here we have our tri-tip. More than often, it's usually trimmed by the butcher beforehand, but this one was not, so I'll show you what it looks like. So there's a large layer of fat and silver skin that you're gonna see. So you're gonna take a knife and you're going to cut along the edge of the fat. Try not to get as much meat as you can, just try to get all fat. And what it's gonna look like is this. So your tri-tip is gonna look somewhat like this. And now we're gonna take our seasoning. So I use a family secret, not really much of a secret, but a rub, and it's a mixture of seasoning salt, pepper, and granulated garlic. So now we're going to apply a heavy coat. Because it's a rub, you can put basically as much on it as you want. So we're gonna apply a heavy coat, we're gonna flip over, and we're going to reapply on the other side. Okay. So typically we would wait about 15 to 20 minutes for our charcoal to become ready. But obviously in this time frame we can't, so I'll just show you what we would normally do after. So once your charcoal becomes completely gray and white, we're going to take our meat over to the grill. And the way that I cook tri-tip is indirect heat. So you have your 1/2 of charcoal and on this side, right? And you're going to place your meat on the other half of the grill, like so. This will stay on the first side for about 20 minutes. And then you're gonna take your metal tongs and you're going, after 20 minutes, you're going to flip it to the other side. And you're still gonna leave it on indirect heat. Then you're gonna cook for another 20 minutes on that side. So depending on your preference for doneness, the tri-tip will take from about 45 minutes to 60 minutes. Personally, my family and I like medium rare in the thickest part of the meat. So how you can tell this is with the handy use of your meat thermometer. So let me give you some background. So a rare temperature is considered to be 135 degrees for a tri-tip, medium rare 140 degrees, and medium 145 degrees. So at the end of your 40 to 60 minutes, you're going to place your meat thermometer into the thickest part of the tri-tip, about here, into the center, and you're going to be able to see the temperature. So my preference is the 140 degree mark when it's done, but because when we take off the tri-tip and we let it rest for 10 minutes or so, it's going to continue to cook the inside of the meat. So you want to pull your meat about 5 to 10 degrees before your desired temperature. So once it hits about 130, 135 degrees, I'm going to take the meat off and I'm going to show you this tri-tip that has already been prepared. So your tri-tip will look like this. And we're going to take our clean knife and you're going to want to cut your tri-tip first in half. And then you're gonna look at the grains of your tri-tip and you're gonna wanna cut against the grain. So you would cut, the grains is going this way, so you wanna cut perpendicular to that, and you would start cutting like so. And you would continue throughout the rest of your tri-tip. With this information, you can prepare a perfectly grilled tri-tip with a caramelized crust. I hope you take this recipe and make some good memories with your loved ones. Thank you.